Hey YouTube, it's Sean P, the Automophiliac. Welcome to the first episode of Awesome Ambition. This is where we celebrate car sellers who try to raise the bar of a particular market by asking what many will consider to be unreasonably high asking prices for their vehicles. Our inaugural find is from Hemmings Online Classifieds and is a very clean looking 1983 AMC Eagle SX4. Now this car has about 63,000 miles or 100,000 kilometers on it, and the paint, the interior, under the hood, everything about this car looks pretty darn mint. It's sporting the 258 six-cylinder with automatic transmission. These put out about 110 horsepower, 210 foot-pounds of torque. This was the optional engine. It also came standard with the 2.5 liter ubiquitous Iron Duke that I think was sourced from GM. And what's the asking price for this beauty? Is it 5? No. 10? No. $13,850. Which is an asking price that I can only describe as ambitious. Now, don't get me wrong, I really, really love these cars. I think they're super cool. The engine is eminently modifiable thanks to Jeep enthusiasts and the solid aftermarket supporting them, because these were the same straight six engines pretty well that you found in Jeeps until the early 2000s. I think most recently it was in the Jeep Cherokee, not the current one, but the old Jeep Cherokee, the boxy guy. It was a 4 liter, and you can take the heads off of those 4 liters and put them on these 4.2 liters and do a few other things and mod them up, and they'll put out pretty decent power. And also this car is super clean, except a little bit of rust in the door seams. It's just about perfect, and the black interior is super sharp, and that's really unusual for these cars from this era, or not just these cars, but any car from this era. Blues, tans, reds, greens are pretty much the norm. And the other cool thing about this is they're 4x4s. These are the original crossover cars, and it just goes to show you that the all-wheel drive crown was not first worn by Subaru. No, it was those fancy folks over at AMC. Price, quite outlandish. I could almost justify it if the mileage was something super low, like if it was under 10,000 miles, then I could say, yeah, ask away over 10 grand, because that's just unusual for any car this age to be that low miles, but this one's just not doing it for me. And also, well, there is a pretty good market for these cars. They're somewhat desirable, and they're somewhat rare these days. The whole appeal of these quirky cars is the fact that they're a little strange and they're inexpensive. And by asking over $13,000, it pretty much eliminates almost the entire market for these cars. Most people looking for these aren't willing to shell out more than, $3,000 to $5,000 for the most clean examples. So I really don't see who would be buying this car, but I do wish the seller in this awesome car all the best. Hopefully a big fan of AMC's with tons of disposable cash finds it and enjoys the ever-loving life out of it. Well, that's it for now. Thanks for joining me, and we'll catch you next time here on Automophiliac.